Hello everyone, welcome back to our second episode. I actually can't believe it. We're
Hello.
actually doing this like properly. It's good. Yeah.
That's great. Yeah. Two
We came
episodes.
straight to
Consistency.
Brother Menlo, who is our secondary profession trainer to start off with, because obviously we're going to explore them all first and then go like as Armin Sabelin said, you might want to explore them all first. So yeah, we know. Uh, Monk is quite good for most people other than warriors. A lot of people got into the trap of warrior monk, which is not that good because you have no mana as a warrior. But Bane Signet is fairly decent and non costing because all signets are don't cost a thing but have like a little cast time to them, and that's why people went Whammo instead of warrior something else, which could be a lot better. But as you can see here, there's a statue of Dwayne at the same time, which is a major lore figure within Guild Wars, as there are the 5 gods in Prophecies which the humans worship: Balthazar, Dwayne, Lissa, Melandru, and Grenth. Obviously, when we meet the statues, we'll also read them off. So first, Ryan will show us some amazing voice acting skills as Menlo.
Greetings, my child. Can I help you today? Or are you here to offer your services to those in
Smith.
need? One of the tasks my messenger has been given is collecting the rare elements in Ascalon for study here at the Abbey. My young friend Paulus thinks he has discovered such treasure in one of the flooded areas of the catacombs, but he cannot reach it on his own. Paulus, you see, is a smiting monk and not very adept to healing magic, and the waters in that area of the catacombs are full of disease. I will grant you a simple healing spell. Meet Paulus inside the catacombs and he will show you where the trouble is. Return to me when Paulus has successfully retrieved the artifact. Show me the light.
Ah! We have the light. So I'll just look at the statue of Dwayne and show what it says. And when the world rang with the clanging of swords, and did fire fall from the skies, Dwayne, goddess of life and air, heard the wailings and pleas of the weak. And when the rumblings of a war did not cease, came her charge, Doric, who did prostrate himself at her feet, and cast she now a glance upon the war-torn lands, and wasted flesh of the fallen, and with tears upon her cheek did lay her gentle hands upon the I want to say prostate, prostrate man. Then then saith she unto him and all her charges, lay down thy weapons, and as I have done unto ye, so ye must do for your brethren. Offer protection to the weak, give solace and shelter to those who need it. Be ye a salve to the wounded, for I am your goddess, and I will give blessings to all who follow these teachings. Scriptures of Dwayne, 115 BE. It's really hard to read something like that when it's not English to what I know, so it becomes very difficult. We'll go down here then. Oh,
Disrespected.
disrespected what? Yeah, I did disrespect
The
the gods
gods.
for not being. Here's Paulus, try to keep up. Oi, I can run faster than you. Look, you keep up. I'm running faster than him. What's he talking about? So this is the catacombs. Some may know it as the dungeon in Guild Wars 2, but this is what it looks like in thing. Restless Corpse obviously got
Wow.
he is a smiting monk, so he uses Bane Signet, as that is a smiting attribute. We will just need to heal him a little bit with our Orison of Healing, Ryan, which is the blue kind of thing with the mountains. It looks like.
Yeah.
But yeah, it shouldn't be too bad. As we go down here as well, we'll also find there's loads of art on the I don't know what that is. I actually don't know what the art is, but I assume it's something of Grenth, as Catacombs is normally Grenth, who is the god of death in this game. Restless Corpse, another one. Yeah, you should have a thing called Aura of Restoration, which gives you your when you cast something, you get more health back. We can also use Orison of Healing on ourselves so we don't die. Just to mention that. Also, you should actually get more healing because you're healing yourself with a healing spell that you put on with Aura of Restoration. So, yeah, Aura of Restoration is almost the most well, it probably is one of the most useful things because it gives you energy and health for every cast spell. So just be careful here, Ryan. Make sure that you're healing yourself as well as him, so you're not dying.
Yep.
When you get up here, we'll have a little time to rest, but we want to make sure that the disease comes off us before we get completely destroyed. Obviously, we don't want to die this early on in the game, because I mean, especially me, because I look like a noob, so... I'm glad Brother Menlo sent you to help. We must hurry. Yeah, so obviously when we find the statues, Ryan, we will read them. Do you like the way I cast that then, Ryan? Look.
Okay.
Yeah! I look like an anime girl. Oh, that's because I clicked on him and he says, I'm glad Brother Menlo sent you to help. Obviously, when you carry objects, you actually are a little bit slower than normal. You want to heal yourself.
Makes sense.
That's the thing, because it's disease water, you also are diseased yourself, which makes it a whole lot worse. If I see your health getting too low, Ryan, I will also help you.
Don't worry.
You need healing, Ryan.
Okay, we're almost out. No, I'm good.
And Paulus the Abbot. I will heal you, Paulus. Do not worry. Whenever you enter a mission or walk through a shimmering portal into an explorable area, an independent space will be created just for you and your party. You can meet other players and form parties in towns and outposts. That's a hint that comes up. That happens with every new character that you make. I think you can turn the tips off, but I quite like having the tips on because it just reminds me of when I first played the game. Memories. Obviously, one of the good things about playing Guild Wars 1, even for people who play Guild Wars 2, is you can actually get certain things that you can dedicate to the Hall of Monuments, which is almost like a carry through from Guild Wars 1 to Guild Wars 2 for people who have obviously never, who it gives this incentive to play the earlier game. And I think that's brilliant. Like the fact that if you play, if you played the game for a long time in the previous game, you get something for going to Guild Wars 2, and if you actually want, it brings you back to learn the lore. And I think the best way of learning any lore is playing the game or watching a playthrough of the game because you know the whole story. So yeah, so Paulus is there. But if we go to Necromancer Mun here, she's actually the Necro trainer. Don't do rites to remembrance, just the Necromancer's novice, okay? An adventurous one. What brings you to the dark today? Not everyone could be a necromancer. For example, one of my latest students went into the catacombs to summon a dark entity. Since he hasn't come back, I can only surmise his creation probably ate him. What? I'm sorry, just the way it's just like, oh, whatever.
The only conclusion.
If you would agree to destroy the nightmare he summoned, I will show you where he went and give you a spell to help. But I warn you, you'll have to be clever to get past the fire traps in the part of the tombs. Of course, if you fail, I shall use your corpse as fodder for the next more worthy student. Brilliant. Brilliant. So if we die, she's like, you're my next corpse. Since you're not a necromancer yet, when I teach you these necromancer skills, you will lose them among skills you have. Shall we proceed? Yes, let's go. We need them anyway, Ryan, so... Have you accepted the quest?
Do I need to press teach me the necromancer
skill?
skill?
You can press it, but you don't need to. You have put it, but I don't think you need to. But just check, just in case, just so we're not having to try to keep up. If you press L, it will tell you if you've got it. Is there a thing saying the necromancer novice? Oh, so yeah, we'll have to see when you get there. Don't worry,
I'm trying to get it from her. She just keeps running away.
She does just run off. So, but as you can see, we actually can use some death skills as well right now, which is fairly useful because like you can actually use two things at once, which also gives you a bit more variety of gameplay rather than just being like, I'm playing this one class. Uh-oh. I thought I was about to die then.
Yeah,
nice.
finally got
you
it.
actually got the quest now. Okay, good. Did you also replace it with the necromancer skills? Or? Brilliant.
Yep.
As you can see, I'll show you. This is actually a really clever quest because it kind of, if you don't read it, you kind of do find it a little bit hard to understand what the hell is going on. If you know what I mean. because obviously you have a ability now called Animate Bone Horror. That is used to get past the fire trap, so you don't blow up yourself. But the first time I played this, obviously I was a lot younger, and I ran into the trap and died. I was like, what? I died. Why did I die? As you can see here, there's a little devourer corpse, and if you press that, you see that I've now animated a bone minion. You have to have a corpse. If it's undead, you cannot summon from it. If it's a rock, golem or anything, you cannot summon it. It has to be an actual live corpse, which I think is a brilliant flavour to the game. Here we are. Are you ready? So we'll go down here now, Ryan, and this is where we go to find the student who got eaten. Oh.
Keep trying to jump and realise I can't.
Just died there. Should we kill this one? Oh, no. No!
It doesn't want to.
Definitely swarm. Yeah, so if we go this way... Oh, you leveled up. I haven't leveled up yet. Got a little bit of XP somewhere. That's fine. But don't go too close to this geezer, by the way. If you go too close to this geezer, it literally just shoots you. Like, I don't think it's amazingly Don't! Because the bone horror comes towards you and blows up. If you had run down there, Ryan, you would have just been one shot. Straight up.
I misclicked.
Okay, so here there's also another one. I'd say you make a bone horror at the same time, if you can. Get to here and then press 4. Because there's 2 corpses there, and now we have a bone horror, so we should use that to fight for us. If you can, just try and do the most damage you can. Oh my god, that was mental. So I get fast casting, illusion, and inspiration. That I normally tend to go, but we haven't got any illusion magic at the moment. But now we can go up to Necromancer Mun and hand our quest in and see what they have to say. Obviously, Menlo, he'll say stuff to you, but Mun, she'll talk to me. Yeah, then the next one we have to see is a warrior and a ranger. Yes,
ranger.
Which are actually in surprisingly annoying locations. Well, not annoying. They're actually fairly simple to get to. Necromancer Mun. Most impressive. You dispatched that nightmare rather quickly. You show some real talent for the work. And then don't. It just says don't say, oh yes, I'm ready to go on Necromancer. We can do that later if we need to. I'd say I might become either a Necromancer or a monk as my second. But she says, you have shown some affinity for necromancy. Taking necromancer as a secondary profession will give you access to all necromancer skills and allow you to train in death magic, blood magic and curses, but you still bear the armour of a primary profession. Once you make this commitment, you will not be able to change your mind. That's highlighted in red to say, yes, if you do this, you really can. Nor will you have the opportunity to try other professions if you prefer them. Do you want to make this? And then we'll say no, and then when we map travel, both of us have to map travel separately and then party back up again. So we'll go to Ashford Abbey now. Riggedy Rick.
Okay.
Or TheHoddFather. Good old nickname, Riggedy Rig. And then I'll add you back. Okay.
Nice.
Yes, we are speaking.
We're speaking to Brother Menlo. You've done quite well for your first task. Paulus reports his findings are most promising, and I think you might have the great promise as well to advance among monks.
And then he'll say the same thing, but say healing prayers, protection prayers, and smiting prayers. So, but then obviously they say you may only use the armor of your. So that's just saying you cannot use monk armor. If you are going to go this way. If you want to have monk armor, play a monk.
Yeah.
That's literally just as blunt as it can be. But yeah, so let's go this way because these secondary quests of like monk etc. are the ones that we need for ourselves anyway. So okay, so we'll kill the walls and stuff because they're actually hostile on site. So we've got to kill them or else Okay, so if we go this way now, you'll also see that oh no, I don't think they do actually. But normally, if you were to like get a secondary profession mission, such as, do you have your elementalist? If you then go to an elementalist trainer and get the second one, it'll also be like, have a starting one of this stuff just in case you haven't got it already. It happens especially with Warrior, because Warrior has different types of way they play. They have an axe, a sword, and a hammer. So you have to get that, or else it would be quite impossible to do what you want to do, which absolutely makes sense. But if we go through here, we'll find the Warrior Trainer. Also, you'll actually tend to notice that there are certain locations that you can see from Guild Wars 2 in this as well. Just naturally. Oh, you're getting attacked by a Gruul. Did you attack that Gruul, Ryan?
I did not initiate that battle.
You did not?
I did it again.
You initiated
I did it
once
again.
more. To be fair, your flare is such a good move. It's such a good move. I actually can't believe how like, because you could just spam it. If you can spam it, you just get so much but later you'll also get even better moves which do AoE. So obviously, unlike Guild Wars 2, that hasn't got the massive flowing combat which can attack many things at once on its own. But it does have 8 skills which are like, there are upsides and downsides to Guild Wars 1 and 2. So yeah, there are plenty of things I quite like in Guild Wars 2 from this game, but also plenty of things in this game which obviously can't be improved now from Guild Wars 2. But War Master Grust.
Let's hear your War Master voice.
A challenge, perhaps. You need me to strengthen your arm or remove your enemies. Gruul invasion. I should warn you, there's trouble on the road. A group of Gruul invaders have camped out not far from here, and have been harassing travellers. If you'd like, I can teach you a thing or two to help drive them off. I'll even lend you a sword if you need one. And then you'd say, these creatures must be taught a lesson. And then, well, keep your necromancer skills, because those warrior skills really won't help you. But, being as how you're no real warrior, when I teach you warrior skills, you will lose the necromancer skills you have. That's alright, isn't it? And just say, oh no, I think you actually have to do the warrior skills. So, teach me warrior skills. But healing signet is actually a very good signet. But
nice.
Time to find the lore of Balthazar here.
We can't use them because we don't have a sword.
For weeks did the battle rage on, and those who had taken up the mantle of war grew weary and their courage began to falter. Then did Balthazar, god of war and fire, appear to the soldiers, carrying with him a grand sword that did glow with such brilliance, it blinded any who looked upon it. When he spoke, his voice was like thunder, and it shook the ground with force. Then saith he, lift up thy weapons, for you are my soldiers, and must you be steadfast, strong, and brave of heart. They who neither hesitate nor stumble shall be rewarded, then shall have your glory. Then shall your deeds be remembered for eternity. And then did release from his sword 100,000 flames, which encircled the soldiers, for this was the fire of courage. And forthwith did they follow the god into battle without fear or hesitation. Thence was the enemy struck down. Scriptures of Balthazar, 48 BE. So, as you can tell, like, the gods have quite a significant place around here, like, as they are. As you can tell, if you look at that Balthazar statue there, it's actually flaming. If you look behind you, Ryan, and like up at that statue, yeah, it's flaming.
Oh wow!
These are like not a second profession, but these are what you would get like other professions, like skills that you can learn from the profession. So Grasden is for a monk, Kasha is for a necro. Funnily enough, most things are placed together, so Mesmer and Ellie actually do tend to be placed together. I didn't mean for that to happen, it just happened. But Mesmer and Ellie actually tend to be placed together, and so do, I think, Warrior and... maybe not. Maybe I'm just... I was about to say Warrior and Range, but they don't. They really don't.
It's like we planned it.
Warrior and Rangers tend to be more far out, but then the others seem to be quite close to each other. So, yeah, it's fairly decent. Killing these stoner metals until we kill the Gruuls. As you can see though, Ryan,
I like... I'm not getting any loot.
That happens to you, Ryan, because I am the veteran player. No, but as you can see, there's stuff like... Did you see I got a drop here called Enchanted Lone Stone there? That's actually something that you can give to a collector, and they will give you something for it. That could be a weapon, it could be an armor piece, you know, it's all stuff like that. But to be fair though, once you get later on in the game, you kind of be like, can I just stop getting stuff dropped because it's annoying me now? Like, unless it's gold. Gold's cool. Gold's always good. I'm also going to mention now, second episode in. Obviously, if you stuck around, I will be doing a quiz at the end of this Guild Wars series, both from this and the other and the other part of the series. And if you get all questions right, then you'll be getting some in-game currency for either Guild Wars 1 or 2, whichever is your preferred. So I'm going to give away 100 gold in Guild Wars 1, or 50 plat in 100 plat in Guild Wars 1, because gold is actually less valuable than plat in this game. Or, oh well, we've actually completed the quest. I'll either be giving away 100 gold in Guild Wars 2, or 50 plat in Guild Wars 1. So yes, if you get the quiz correct, I think we'll give like a grace period and then like do a random generator to see who's got it. That's obviously if you decide you want to watch further, and then you can find out who's the winner. So obviously it allows enough time for people to research and see what has happened within the series. But yeah, there will be a reward. So I didn't want to put this in the first one because then people would just straight up not even bother. But in the second one, I decided loyal viewers can have a chance to, you know, actually get something from this, from watching it through.
I mean, I'm as shocked as you guys are. I didn't even know this was coming.
I had a plan without knowing. Ah, that's a relief. The only good gruels are dead gruel, I say. Good. And then this one is, you get to learn swordsmanship, hammer mastery, axe mastery, and tactics. So yeah, we've done this quest now. Now go back to Ashford Abbey again. We'll go back to Ashford Abbey. This time I'll be reading some Ashford Abbey lore. Situated just outside of the catacombs, Ashford Abbey is the resting place for many of Ascalon's most distinguished deceased citizens. On nice days, you'll find the heads of many noble households coming to this spot. Paying their respects to their ancestors is also not uncommon to find a priest or priestess of Duena here, kneeling in supplication before the statue of their goddess. The reason I decided that this would be a good one to read is because it's actually quite a major kind of location, because you come here quite a lot throughout the main quest line. So I was thinking, yeah, I guess this deserves a primary quest line thing. Would you like to accept my request then, TheHoddFather? Okay, that's fine.
Sorry.
Just wanted to make you aware.
I'm so oblivious.
The healing signet, Ryan, that we have here is there's the signet, and it says you gain 82 health. You have minus 40 armor while using the skill. It's a good skill for healing, but you do make yourself very vulnerable. So you know you do get a good payoff, but also quite a bad channel time, if you know what I mean. Because it's 2 seconds to cast. Yeah, so
that's a long time.
If you normally want to cast it around half healthish, depending on what you're against. If you're against magic, it's fine. If you're not, then you're like, oh shit, you're most likely dead. Yeah, we won't pick up any of the quests here. We'll pick these quests up as we go around later on, just so we know exactly what our primary quests are. It allows us for easy running from one place to another. I'm going the wrong way.
I did wonder.
Managed to do a little bit of Lakeside County, so.
I hope you enjoyed that hill.
Yeah, this is the part around here. Actually, the Plains of Ashford in Guild Wars 2. If you don't, yeah, it is. Yeah, this is the Plains of Ashford, the starting chart area in Guild Wars 2. So. Yeah,
didn't realise.
Spoiler there, but it's not like spoilers really matter if you play Guild Wars 2. Plus with Guild Wars 1, if you're watching Guild Wars 1, you probably.
I'm guessing, which most people have.
Guild Wars 1's been out for so long now that most people probably have to at least play Guild Wars 2 to know what's happened. So I'm going to assume that, and if not, I'm very sorry. I'm very sorry for the spoiler. In 200 years' time, anyway, all of our characters will be dead. So doesn't matter. But yeah, as you can tell, you got for a relatively old game, it's still as beautiful as ever. It's actually really good looking. Like,
Yeah, I was going to
yeah.
say some of the backdrops
As
in
you
the
can look here,
distance look
if you
really
look at
cool.
Kaylee, TheHoddFather, you can see that there's many. Have you got a thing here, which is a piece of clothing at all? Because that can be one of the things that you can get. No, can you?
A
Is there any?
chalice.
Does it say chalice, idol, earth scroll, divine symbol, and does it have like?
Idol,
Okay, so
scroll,
you've
or
got the same
divine
thing that
symbol.
I can get then. Because I've got 2 Gruul necklaces, but they're actually not as good as what we've got at the moment, so we'll just go through. But those collectors are used for early level items. Normally a lot better in this one as well. In pre-series, obviously later on you find better weapons, or you can craft better weapons from the people inside of I think it's Ascalon later. You can even get the crafting now, and I think it gives you like extra damage. I think wherever you're from, I think it gives you extra damage against certain types of people. So like sometimes you can get like extra damage versus char, etc. So that's normally quite good when you're in Ascalon, and well, especially if you're doing hard mode. Like you would want to. Hard mode is something you get when you complete the game, TheHoddFather, and you're obviously your highest level, which is level 20 in this game, and you also have. Yeah, I know 20 to it. I think that's why they made it 80. I think that's why they made it 80 in Guild Wars 2. Because then there's like we've balanced it out to 100. Teach me the ranger skills. This is where we can actually charm a pet. So if we want to actually use a pet at the same time, we can actually get a pet and use that as a pet that we have too. Oh, we didn't read the Ranger Master Ninte stuff. I'm so sorry. Would you like to read that on log? No, you can do this part of what it says. If you look at the quest log, it'll say Ascalon quest and the Ranger's Companion. Take it away, TheHoddFather.
One of the great joys in a ranger's life is earning the trust of an animal companion. If you're interested, I will give you a skill that will allow you to charm an animal. However, it will not be fitting, so close to a shrine of Melandri to charm just any creature. Along the path you will find a shrine. Nearby you may find one of the rare casts named by the name Melandri Stalker. Rare cat even, sorry. You can charm one of these animals. You will truly have Melandri's blessing.
A Melandri Stalker is actually a type of cat that you can tame. So I think I'm going the wrong way. I was actually going towards Gruuls. I don't want to be fighting Gruuls. Yeah, if you press view as well, you can actually see a tiny map which shows you where different collectors are as well on the map, and where the resurrection shrine is. So if you die, you go back to a resurrection shrine. With something in this game, instead of like armor breaking, you have a thing called a death penalty, which lowers your health and your mana. So it's actually more punishing than Guild Wars 2 most of the time, because you can just repair armor. Well, unless you're in obviously a story mission, as we found out when we did the Heart of Thorns mission the other day, and we didn't repair anything beforehand.
Yeah, and I just became...
yeah, same. Okay, let's go this way. Have you been attacking them right? It's
No, I
good
haven't.
that you've got the name TheHoddFather in this game.
I kept getting stuck on the
Alright, so you press
Devourer.
this Melandri Straw here, so if you press Control and then click... Oh no. That. Oh, don't attack. Okay, I'm going to charm this one. You charm that one. They're both attacking you. Oh no. Come on. I'm going to charm the animal. Please. Okay, so now we've both got a pet. So we can actually keep ourselves as our pet if we want to choose Ranger as our secondary profession. But we'll come back to that later if we want to do that, because obviously we need to do the other quests first. So we have the statue of Melandri here, so let's take it away. And it was that a tribe of godless humans wandered the land, where camped did they lay waste, senselessly destroying everything nearby, and so the tribe set out to find another camp, when suddenly sprouted a wall of thorny branches which blocked their exit. Then saith Ewan, leader of the tribe, know ye our ways. Whosoever does magic in this tribe shall be put to death. Yet none come forward. Then from the earth grows forth a large tree, and unfurling its branches reveals the upper torso of a woman. Saith she, I am Melandru, the mother of earth and nature. Henceforth I bind ye to these lands. When they suffer, so shall ye suffer. And as she saith, so was it done. From their limbs spouted branches, and blood in their veins was sap of trees. Then was Ewan and his tribe converted, and became they stewards of nature. So yeah, they got destroyed by that god. They got destroyed by that goddess there. So that's Melandru. We'll obviously find, I assume when we go into the catacombs, we'll probably find a statue of Grenth when we go exploring. So remember to tune in to that, and you'll find what it says on the statue of Grenth. And we'll also probably find a statue of Lissa around where my trainer is. Funnily enough.
So almost as if these quests are meant to make you go there so you can see them.
Almost, yes. Because I think it's good for the intrigue of different... Like, because, yeah, I assume the catacombs, you'd explore a bit more and be like, oh, look, a statue. I think Grenth is more of the one where you would just assume, if you know Grenth's a thing, you're like, yeah, that's probably the catacombs because he's the god of death. So it kind of makes a lot of sense. Obviously, Grenth isn't as easy to find as the rest. But, yeah, they are mostly...
You have done very well. It's not easy to charm one of these great cats.
Yeah,
The gods are smiling on you.
Dialogue, you know exactly why. If you're not watching but playing whilst watching, or playing with us. I hope you're playing with us. That'd be brilliant, really. And then we go to I think we go towards Ascalon City now. If we're going towards my one. So if you just quickly go to Ascalon, and we can then party up. Oh, there's someone else here. Gwen Ironwings. Give a good old hand to give a nice clap to Gwen Ironwings here for playing the game still. A round of applause. No, actually, I do love playing this game on the off. Oh, remember to accept before we go out, so we don't. Yeah. She's probably trying to get her legendary defender of Ascalon, which is getting to level 20 in pre-searing. So if we actually talk to Havasdan here, TheHoddFather. You'll see that he'll say something, so we'll both have to be Havasdan at this point. So I'll start first with this. If you would like to become a better mesmer, I suggest you talk to Lady Altia at the Actors Stage here in Lakeside County. Simply follow the road northwest from town to find the stage. And then thanks for the suggestion, and your turn.
To become a more powerful elementalist, I think you should start with Elementis Azuri. She is performing experiments at the tower in the Wizard's Folly. Follow the road southwest from town and continue past Ashford to find Wizard's Folly.
Okay, so now I'm going to speak to Havasdan again. He says, beautiful day out, isn't it? Enjoy it while you can. Once you head off with Sir Tidus, he's bound to lead you to the foulest char-infested dens there are. What's on your mind? So obviously that's still going with the main story. Lena the healer, she's not main, but I think it's probably one of the best things to actually show what she does here. If you have another person with you, so if you're playing two players, this was quite a big thing. You know what I mean? Like back when you played when it first started, because you could get it. But if you go to the American district,
back in the day,
if you go to the American district, you will find someone who will probably help you out. Because as everyone knows, the Guild Wars community is so friendly, and I love the Guild Wars community so much. not to just bum Nick, but With all the dangers out in Lakeside, I can't believe the number of people who go running around by themselves. Why, I've already got my hands full resurrecting fallen soldiers without some novice mesmer adding to the burden. Don't people know there are plenty of folks in Ascalon City who'd perfectly happy to join them in their adventures? I'll tell you what, if you promise to do your adventuring with an ally, I'll gladly give you a signet that can resurrect fallen party members. So you say, sound like a good idea, and then she'll say, you've got yourself an ally, you say. Well then, I'll give you the resurrection signet so that you can raise allies. You might save me some work. So this is a way of resurrecting someone else in this part. Obviously, because mesmers have the hard resurrect, which is resurrect, obviously. Called resurrect. It's like the most common resurrect. But then resurrection signet can only be used once until you get a morale boost, which is by killing a boss. So yeah, so you get 100% health and 25% energy. Really, really good, because 100% health, as coming back with 100% health, it's stupidly strong. So as this is my profession, I'll do this one. Sorry for taking all of the the glory here. Okay, so Lady Altia, I can teach you more about illusion magic once you've learned what I have to teach. However, I recommend you seek out other trainers to learn new skills, and except at the watering hole southwest of here, you'll find a rogue bull, terrible creature, a menace to everyone coming to visit our humble theatre. Here are some mesmer spells to assist you. If you dispatch this creature for me, I'd be most grateful. I'd be happy to help. So I've got more mesmer skills there, and I think you'll have to change that to mesmer skills. And then there's also a statue of Nissa here. Funnily enough, like I said. The knowledgeful Brad. Or Achaerion. So... and it was...
I got stuck
no,
on the...
You got stuck a few times. And it was that a stranger came to the village of Wren, seeking shelter and employment. Though young in years, her body was stooped and twisted, her flesh eaten by disease. Ye have the mark of plague upon ye, said the citizen named Gulrick. Leave of this place, else you sicken our people. I've lost my family and my home, cried the desperate woman. Have you no heart? Yet each person in turn did turn her away. Then from the crowd came a young woman, Sarah. She looked upon the woman with pity. If you need help, said Sarah, I will give it. And did Sarah approach the gnarled, bent woman and give her a helping hand. Then the sickened woman pulled from her body the robes of plague, revealing herself to be the goddess Lyssa. The people of Wren fell to their knees, begging Lyssa's mercy, but lifting Sarah gently, saith she, True beauty is measured, not by appearance, but by actions and deeds. Many have eyes, but few have seen. Of all here, you saw the beauty behind illusions, and you alone shall be blessed with my gifts. Scriptures of Lyssa. So it's pretty much saying, if you help people out, you're probably most likely going to get a blessing from Lyssa, because if you're not, you're a bit of an arsehole. It's just simple as that. Okay, so what we use here is Imagined Burden. By using Imagined Burden, you actually make it move slower by 50%, so you don't get completely destroyed by it. And then by using Conjure Empathy, you also get a nice little Conjure Phantasm. Empathy is one of my skills, but Conjure Phantasm, you also get a massive amount of curse on something. So as you can see, like it went down by -5 per tick. So yeah, really, really good. And
so as there's two of us,
I'm not sure if it stacks actually. That's one thing I'm because I don't particularly use.
I wasn't sure.
I don't particularly use two things often when I play, so I don't know if it stacks. I don't think it does stack. I think it just refreshes it as you would cast it, almost as if you would cast it again. Back already? Excellent. I can't thank you enough for taking care of that dangerous bull. Okay, so we'll do this one, and then we'll run over to your place. We'll go this way.
Where is that?
Obviously, we won't do any of our extra quests so far. So, like, if I find because as we go towards Wizard Folly, there's also a little place where you can stop, and it has people called Vasar and Relena in there, and they're also part of the our quest line for professions. But we won't do that until obviously the next episode, because it's getting very long. But with this one, like I said, we'll do all of the professions and then choose our secondary profession, and that will be this episode done.
Do you have an idea of what profession you're going to choose?
Ranger, or
just because you want to keep them pets.
That's actually very useful. Or I might choose monk, just because signets from a monk are fairly decent on a mesmer quite a lot of the time, because there are many. I'm not sure if there are many signets on a ranger, but I'm not. I think there might be a few on a ranger, on a mesmer. I feel that I can't. Like I said, you can tell I haven't played mesmer much just from my knowledge of it. But I think there are a few signets that you can. I'm probably wrong, but I assume. Yeah. So as you.
I'm probably going to go for
monk as well.
Monk.
Yeah, monk's very good.
Yeah, I mean, you know, any days.
Yeah,
those heals.
It's quite good to have an off heal, really. Also, if we need to, we can use resurrect to resurrect each other if any of us die. So it would be a wise option.
Because that's gonna happen.
Because yeah, it probably will happen. But
Thumbs up the video for a death counter of me in the bottom corner throughout the
it'll be
series.
like a Krillin own count or something.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So we'll have a death counter of the TheHoddFather. See how many times he dies and succumbs to death. But look, this bit has always looked really weird to me just because of how pathy it was. I don't know, it looked very square. So I was like, oh. But obviously, like I said, limited technology at the time. But like I said, this game, not best graphics in the world. Not exactly, you know what I mean? Not exactly fun that you can get stuck on walls and stuff. But it's just a brilliant game. Like.
Feels very like Fable-esque.
I have to agree. It does feel, especially when you've got the grasslands like right next to the mountains. It feels like.
Yeah.
Is it Fable 3?
Exactly.
I mean, Fable 3, I mean, it wasn't the best
Yeah.
Fable game, but I can appreciate that. I really love the artwork in things, and I think Fable 3 should be credited for its artwork. It's brilliant artwork. So yeah, as you can see, there's a little instance here, and it will have Relina and Vasara, which are some of our professions things, but we don't need to use those at this time, because we'll do that in the next thing. In our next story part. Okay, so as you can see, like Relina, as you can see, Relina and Vasar. Then we'll go out here. Back out. Sorry about all of the loading screens, everyone. It's just that it's better to get this place now, so then we don't have the trouble of it later. These ice elementals are actually hostile. Funnily enough.
Okay.
I think the other thing that are hostile as well are bears. I think I can say bears are also hostile, but yeah, that's something that you've got to take into account.
Oh, I presumed all enemies highlighted in red were hostile, but
it's not like Guild Wars 2 where you got yellow and then red enemies. It's kind of like they normally don't attack you if you're. I'm not sure. I think they normally don't attack you in the starting area, then they attack you a bit more later, kind of thing. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that most things are hostile later, no matter what level you are. Even like if you're in like level 8 area, things will just attack you. Like, why are you attacking me? What's the point? You know you're gonna die. But I think they just attack you just to be annoying. I can't remember, but I think that's how it works. No matter what level you are, you will get attacked. Like
being a new player, I was just cautious of everything. I just thought, I was like. Highlighted in red. I should probably avoid that.
With your 15 minutes of gameplay.
My 15 minutes.
But that's because he did
died
the
straight
main
away.
quest line without anything else. Like, straight up main quest line, got a second objective, got to the next place, just boom, dead. But then elemental.
I knew what I was doing.
Go ahead.
A new student, excellent. I think we can work out something to our mutual benefit. And once you've learned the skills I can teach you, you can look for other trainers to learn more skills. Perhaps you can help me with a spell I'm working on. The Order has asked me to investigate the disciplines of water magic, and so I have worked very hard to ready this place for the final casting. But each time I attempt to cast my wards, ice beasts appear and attack me. I have to stop what I'm doing to fend them off. I will give you the skills necessary to defeat them. If you can just keep them from hurting me too much, I should be able to finish researching the ward against harm spell. What do you say? I'm ready.
You can get as an elementalist. So are you ready then, Ryan? Okay, there's ice elemental.
I'm ready.
You can also use firestorm here. This is your group AoE, which is actually a very powerful ability for an early game. Ability, by the way. The only problem is if they run out of it, or just like brilliant.
Yeah.
That's all you can think is like, oh, cool. I'm almost tempted to take elementalist though, just for that. Just for the aura of... Oh no, I actually don't get any energy because I don't think I can, because I think that's unique to you, just so that I'm not exploiting it. Makes sense. Makes a whole lot of sense that I'm not exploiting it. But this actually gives you quite a lot of XP. This is actually a good place to farm XP if you are planning on getting the Legendary Defender of Ascalon, because...
My only problem with this quest is that if she gave us the spells to defeat them, surely... She could do it herself.
I know, but what can you do? What can you do, eh? Sometimes people need help.
Well done. The ward works, but it's still very unstable. It will no doubt take me years to perfect it. Your understanding of magic
That's why,
use is
because you're
impressive.
rubbish. Okay, let's go back to Ashford Abbey now. Because then we can finally become monks. As I was off. Who would have thought the TheHoddFather becoming a monk?
I know.
Uh,
The reason for me not playing
yeah,
this
okay,
game in the
yes,
first
I'm ready to
place.
become a monk. Congratulations. You now have 2 professions. May the gods illuminate your way. He's a very, like, godful person, so, like, yeah. Alright, should we just go
He
back
is
to
a monk.
Ascalon City now? And, alright, I'll just quickly, add you, and then we'll, have the little timer of us going to Ascalon City. Okay, and then we'll finish with Armin Saberlin. And obviously, everything from here will be side quests. So once we get to the part where it says where Sir TARDIS is going, "Are you ready to go now?" kind of thing. So, yeah,
I'm kind of excited because
yeah,
I
it's
don't know
really
what's
good when
coming.
you actually don't know what's happening in the game. So, it's quite good. So Armin Saberlin, let's go along here. Armin Saberlin. Okay. Choosing a second profession can be one of the most difficult decisions facing a young soldier, but don't be afraid. You've made the... Oh, I read that so wrong. Don't be afraid. You've made the wrong choice. There is no right or wrong choice. Every combination of professions has unique benefits and possibilities. Now it's up to you to take advantage of them. Except, you look ready for war, Sir Sean Bean. Ready as any of us are the first time. At any rate, that's good. From what I've seen, the war party will be prepared to head out soon. You'd best go talk to Sir Titus, lest they set forth without you. I'm on my way. And our Sir Titus? Hello there, Sir Titus.
Have you heard? We're almost ready to set out. Before you join us, keep in mind that you'll have to say goodbye to all the comforts in Ascalon City. Out there beyond the wall, our lives will be in constant danger and we'll have only our comrades to rely on. But Balthazar willing, we will drive these Char from our kingdom once
Except...
and for all. We are mustering our forces now. The attack against Char will begin tonight. Let me know when you're ready to go, but be sure that all of your affairs are in order before you do. Once we leave, there will be no turning back. You may not see friends or family for quite a while. If you have unfinished
That's
business,
pretty much
attend
saying,
to it
if you have
before we
side
go.
quests, do the side quests. Pretty much.
Uh,
No, don't
I'm
go.
ready to
Do not
leave
go.
my party.
Yeah, wait here.
Wait here.
Okay, so this is the second one. Okay, so this is when the titles become a bit different at the end of this. So when we make our next episode, it will be called Guild Wars Prophecies, pre-searing, and then something after that, because it's still got a bit of tweaking to go. But yeah, hopefully we'll see you in those episodes. I mean, you don't have to watch them if you don't want to, because obviously that's only for people who really genuinely want to know more about everything in the story. So yeah, if you don't want to, obviously don't have to. But remember to leave a like, subscribe. Yeah, subscribe
But
to
you
both
should.
me and the TheHoddFather to get notification, and then press the notification button so you can actually see when the next episodes are out, and then it'll be really good. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you. Bye-bye.